Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. This is a really powerful week because this week we have a lot of energy coming up that's going to support us in really focusing on and being concerned with and noticing and being attuned to what is truth. We have the gate 26, which is truth or sometimes integrity transiting in the sun, starting on Wednesday, December the 9th. So whenever this energy, this 26 comes up, we have, first of all, the possibility of things being either true or not. And with kind of mixed in with that possibility, we have the opportunity for people to express perhaps what I might call the low side of truth in their life. So it's half of the channel of transmission, and certainly whenever this energy is transiting, it brings with us an enormous amount of capacity to detect what is true or not, or I might even add that it sort of activates your inner BS detector. And so we have this really deep drive this week to pay attention to what is truth, what is integrity, what is in integrity, what is being truthful and not. And as a result of that, really being supported in making some concrete decisions about what you're going to align with, what you're going to take leadership with, revolving around that perception of what is truth. So, if you don't take anything away from this particular transit report, take away this. Your intuition and your inner awareness, your inner BS detector, if you want to call it that, your gut, your inner wisdom is deeply attuned this week to what's right and what's wrong. And if you're paying attention to that, and you're hitting up these places where you have this inner resistance because something feels off, it doesn't feel right, your gut's sort of rejecting what perhaps your head might be telling you to do. Be mindful of that, because that's the energy this week that is supporting you in tuning in to what's good for you, what's healthy for you, what's truth for you or not. So with that being the theme, and we're in the midst of all of this upheaval and information, as you read and pay attention to what's coming at you, the data that we're being bombarded with, also notice how you react to it, how you feel about it. If it doesn't feel right, it might not be truth for you. There might be a lot of different kinds of truth on the planet right now. Right now, with all of the transits that are going on, both in the personal energies and also in the bigger celestial weather and the outer planets, what's correct for you? Let me say that again. What's correct for you is what matters. And so for you, for all of us, this is a week for us to deeply attune ourselves to what's truth for us. And as we see, when we look at some of the transits in the outer planets, we're in a very important cycle right now of defining for ourselves what's truth and really making sure that we keep our consciousness pointed in what is truth for us. There's no compromise here with this energy. There's no letting go and letting other people's perceptions of truth override your own. It's your turn for you to align with what is true for you. And if you don't do anything else this week, do that one thing. Figure out what's true for you, what is truth, and trust it. And so gate 45 is in the earth, so whatever is truth for us, we're allowed to take leadership with. We have some other tricky little things we got to talk about this week. We've got the gate 10, the gate of self-love, or the gate of blame, sometimes we call it, in Mercury. We've got the 28, the gate of challenge, sometimes known as the gate of struggle, in Venus. We've got the 57, the gate of intuition, in Mars. So again, we've got this attunement with our intuition in Mars, but with potential for blaming or victimization and potential for struggle in Venus. Our conversations have the potential to be either uplifting and empowering or destructive, and we can potentially slip into victimhood status or blaming if we're not careful. So be really mindful this week as you tune into all of this shift and changing. Be really conscious of also the use of your words. You can lift people up and empower them, or tear them down and disenfranchise them very easily with the energies that are flowing this week. Let's all consciously choose words that lift people up. We need to be taking care of each other and really making sure that the language that we use is helping us all foster a mindset and an energetic template for creating a reality that we really want to be living in. So the outer planets are doing their same thing. They're holding steady, teaching us or reminding us that our mindset, where we put our energy and focus, is what we're going to create. So really be careful this week of what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on. We are laying the template of what's to come. Everything you're thinking now, everything you're focusing on is laying the groundwork for what you're going to be building, particularly now in this season, particularly now where we are with the celestial weather, particularly where we are in the cycle of our creative expression for the year. We're coming to the winding down of the year, the beginning of a new cycle that starts mid-January. It's a really, really important time, a very creative time that's laying the foundation for what you're going to be doing next year. So watch your mindset, trust your gut, keep your brain, your thinking out of the gutter. Don't do the stinking thinking. Keep yourself focused on where you're headed, what you want, the kind of world you want to be living in, what you want to be creating. Don't let the outer circumstances throw you off, okay? Do what feels correct for you, and if you need to, put blinders on and don't pay attention to the outer reality, except, obviously if you need to go to the grocery store or something, you want to see if something's on sale, but, really be mindful of the energies that are bombarding us. It can be really dicey right now, and it's very easy when energies like this to get bumped off of your center. Do your best to stay focused and to stay centered. Do whatever you need to do to keep yourself there. I can't stress this enough. I know I've said this now for a couple of weeks, but I really mean this. This is an important time for us. Keep your focus. Stay centered. Everything's going to be okay.